Hi everyone, Ian from DIY Home Gardening, 12th of October. Had a couple of hard frosts the last few nights, so need to think about harvesting the last of the chili peppers. So let's turn the camera around and see what varieties I've grown. Right, so we'll be able to bypass the first lot because they're sweet peppers. Last one there, but the rest have essentially been harvested. So what I thought I'd do is just run through the different types of chilies now that I've got before harvesting, and just show you the different shapes. So this one here is Sugar Rush Stripey. As it grows, it develops these amazing shapes, absolutely beautiful. Goes a little bit more orange tinted as it ripens, but really it's just quite a beautiful fruit, to be honest. This one is called Tangerine. There we are. Not grown it before, and you can see that obviously the fruit is held above the bracts, if you like, or the leaf joints. It's quite hot, not amazingly hot, but it does look really nice and cheerful. So it's quite nice to have something a little bit different. I think this is Beja? No, Holy Peak. So these are Holy Peak, tried and tested. As you can see, loads of fruit on those, good size. So what's that, about 4 inch probably? But yeah, gets a lot of fruit on it. What I should probably say is that, well, barring that one, generally speaking for this year I've grown 3 plants per pot. Experimented on growing the last couple of years, but I did 3 in a pot last year of a couple of varieties, just see how it would work, and it's worked well, so decided to continue for this year. So this is Mirch Masala. Got absolutely stunning purple fruits there. It's got good heat to it, a couple inches in length, and that's sort of colorations. Hangijaoy Supernova. So this is the one, alleged one, I think it was the one. Went up to the space station, Chinese space station, they grew it, harvested the fruit, brought it back, and hey presto, that's what you got. So some really good sized fruits there. Start green, go to sort of quite a nice orange, and then red. This is pumpkin. So obviously we've got tangerine down there, which fruit stands aloft of the plant. Pumpkin hangs down and has the tighter lines, if you like, to make it look a bit more pumpkin-like. Again, as the name would suggest, as they ripen they go from green through to quite a deep orange. Obviously these are a way off ripening yet, but now they're starting to turn, they will continue to ripen. This one here, Mushroom Red, so this is a hot variety. It produces an abundance of fruit on a singular plant, and even when they're at the green stage they got a hell of a kick. When they're red, properly got some heat to them. This one here is hard to tell because we haven't really had the light levels this year to get good coloration. This is Scarlett Variegated. Forgot for a minute. So again, you can see the colour changes. So these purple fruits, start changing to give sort of that burnt purple orange coloration, and then going to this nice vibrant red as they mature, sort of a cherry red. Again, you can see there's sort of a bit of a mixture in terms of habit. In some get held up, some hang below, but it's just the nature of the beast. This is Jalapeno cross tiger. You can see where it's been caught by the frost, that particular one. So just starting to change again. So this is held aloft. There's the lovely flower coloration there. Look at those, beautiful violet, and looks good with the purple fruits that then again go to the deep red in colour. Ignore them pots. This is Purple Tiger. Again, originally had 3 plants, but the other couple started losing variegation, so rather than potentially cross-contaminating the fruits with something I didn't want, I've just left this one. So ideally you want them to self-pollinate, or to pollinate between the same variety, so you get the correct one if you're saving seed. So stunning little plant, but the fruits are also little. They've got a bit of a punch to them, so they got a nice kick, which is just as well. Almost a little hit. Looks like a little boxing glove, really, doesn't it? But yeah, lovely little fruit, lovely little plant, but everything about it is little, and it is a slow grower as well. Which leads to, Joe's Long. Joe's Long I grow every year without fail, and it is so reliable. I mean, the plant stands about a foot higher than everything else, but again, look at the size of them fruits, nice and solid. It's got good heat to it, not too hot. So go from green, got loads hanging there, green through to a nice deep fire engine red. And over the last few years, I guess probably as you get older, I've got fed up trying to grow the really hot chilies. They're not that enjoyable a lot of the time, so sort of progressing down to where they've got good flavour, good heat, good flavour, but not blow your head off. So it comes to these. So these are Biquinho Yellows. They start off at green, go to that sort of creamy pearlescent yellow before going to a more orangey yellow. And these have got some heat, so you only really need a couple of those fruits in a dish, and that's more than enough, I find. And kind of along the same vein, this is Bleeding Rawit, or Rawit Purple. So again, they go from green through to pale orange, darker orange, and then they will take on sort of a scarlet purple hue to them, so it's really nice. Gusto Purple is this one. It's not the strongest plant, I don't think, but is a hell of a performer in terms of amount of fruits. So again, it's another one where it starts off as the purple coloration, going these violet indigo shades to then go scarlet. So yeah, again, get a good value for your money. This is just a bog standard Cayenne, or the Cayenne pepper. Again, we got the colour changes here, green ripening through to scarlet red. There's not that many left on this one because we do use it quite a bit, and I've been using it for shows as well. Chupetinho White. So starts off as sort of a green coloration, then goes more ivory in colour, and if you leave them on, it will go to these oranges. Really, you should pick them when they're at this sort of ivory white colour. That's when they've got the nicest flavour, to be honest. This is Etna. New one that I've grown this year. Again, it's quite nice and really good, or really easy for picking, because I don't know if you can really tell. Let me move that out of the way. So, fruit's green, ripening to red, but they're all held at the very top. So you don't get them hanging down at the different intersections on the stems. They're just born at the very tips, hold aloft, a bit like Mount Etna. So that's a really good variety, and yeah, it does produce a lot of fruit to it. That one is, let me just grab the label. So I've started picking. Oh yes, Peruvian lemon drop. So I've started picking those. So we've got Peruvian lemon drop there, which again you get a good amount of fruits to the plant. Green, turning lemon in colour. Despite the fact that it looks nice and innocent in that lemony colour, it's got a good old kick to it. You don't need many. So it is, yeah, it's quite a nice one. I've grown it for a number of years now. I love the name on this, to be honest, Vampire, and it's just good, isn't it? Even as a normal plant, something about it. So purple fruits going blood red. See that mark in there? That's actually from slugs. Slugs, believe it or not, love chilies. But as I say, you got this nice deep purple foliage as well, so really looks the part coming into the autumn as well. Paper lantern. Now I've only got one fruit left on this. I'll show you some others in a minute. So start off green. These really, now that the weather's cooled down, they probably won't make a lot of size if I leave it out here. So the odd plants will get moved into protection over winter to try and get a few more getting up to size. But as they ripen, they develop like that. Absolutely stunning in colour. Now we've got Pikito. Oh, is it Pikito? Yeah, Pikito. Again, another chilli that I wouldn't be without. Doesn't get too big, but you don't need it to, because it's absolutely stacked with fruit. So many. Produces an abundance of flower, and actually, unlike a lot of other chilies, most of the flowers set. So that means that each one of them flowers will produce a pepper or produce a fruit. So it starts off green, going to green orange, rich orange, scarlet red. You'll find that on a lot of the other chilies, whilst they produce an abundance of flower, because they're bigger fruits, a lot of them tend to drop a lot of flower. So they never go on to become as full a plant as that. And then this, which probably a lot of people would know or have seen, it's been around for quite a long time, but it gets publicised a lot, hell of a lot. So this is Basket of Fire, for the reason that it just kind of looks like a basket and flames all coming up from it. Again, produces a real abundance. The fruits are not hot. They got a nice kick to them. Really good in a sort of a salsa, to be honest, as a jalapeno alternative. Again, we go from that sort of creamy white to this pearlescent white. The shades of orange and then we get to the scarlets in colours. But again, it doesn't need to be a big plant because it produces absolutely loads of fruit. Let me just show you some others. Get the lights on. So these are some Peruvian lemon drop that I started picking earlier, and last weekend was the RHS autumn fruit and vegetable show, which I showed the chilies at, and I got a first for the chilies. So these are paper lanterns. The first that I got was for 3 chilies, one class, so it's 6 fruits, 3 different types. So here we got paper lantern, then we got the Cayennes there, and they're Pikitos. So they worked well. They gave me my first, and then we had a separate one, which actually these got a third. But yeah, they're all right. So they're tangerine. So that's where we're at in terms of chilies. Just need to harvest them. So let's get back out here. Right, okay then. So what I tend to do, I've used a 3 litre pot or 1 litre type pot to put the chilies in, and that's just going to allow me to collect all the chilies off the plants leading into winter, and from here I'll then pop them into greenhouse to dry out a little bit or to carry on maturing to their final colour. When I didn't grow so many plants, I used to take them indoors, but my wife gets a bit annoyed when I do it now. So for the very hot chilies, definitely advisable to put some gloves on. For the milder ones, not so bad, I don't think. You either use a pair of secateurs, need to be a little bit sharper, or you can snap them out from the centres, like so, and pop them in. Worth putting a label in there so you know which variety is which, so you don't mix them up when it comes to cooking or storage, as you don't want to be trying to cook with, I don't know, Naga or mushroom red. Well, mushroom red's so different, but you get my drift. You don't want to be cooking with really hot one when you're trying to do a mild salsa or something. So where I'm not planning to retain the plants in the greenhouse over winter, I'll take the label out. Where I am going to keep it over winter, I'd leave the label in and then do a secondary label in there. And essentially, that's it. That is my chili roundup done, I suppose, for this year. Certainly gives you a few varieties to think about and potentially grow yourselves. And say, if you want real value for money, some of these other ones, you know, Pikito and that, but I always think that chili peppers are amazing value for money. Just the amount of fruit you get on them for what is an easy plant, to be honest, especially when you get fruits as big as that. So that's it. That is the roundup on me growing chili peppers for this year. Certainly quite a few different varieties to have a look at for yourselves if you're interested. I think I've got, I don't know, 23 different varieties, which does include some of the sweet peppers, but yeah, 23 varieties. Obviously going to get rid of a couple of those varieties for next year, but I'm adding in some. I've got some seed already, so yeah, watch this space, see what I'm growing for next year. As always, if you've got any questions, then please send those questions to me. I'll do my very best to answer them for you. If you liked what I'm doing, what I've shown you in this video, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so don't miss out on the future videos. And I always say it, but it is so true, just enjoy yourself, have fun, and perhaps try growing a few different varieties of chili. You never know. You might find some even better ones than what you're doing at the moment. So, till next time, bye for now.